Hey guys, so in today's video, I'm going to be giving you some of my handy-dandy tips for building more realistic and better looking houses in The Sims 3. Here, I'm just going to be showing you a couple tips that I've learned over the years of building Sims 3 homes. Maybe some of these tips will help you guys get more downloads off of the exchange. Not really sure what the reason for you being here is. If I could ask you, I would. But I mean, hopefully you enjoy it. Primarily, I'm not a Sims 3 house builder, but I do enjoy building houses in The Sims 3, so that's why I'm doing this. So I'm going to go into a lot. I'll see you in a second, and we can get started from there. Okay, so now here I am. We are at 477 Sunnyside Boulevard, right here on the map, in case you're curious, right by the ocean, lovely Sunset Valley. First tip here is, first of all, no matter what kind of house you're building, you really want to have a realistic shape to your house. You don't want... Okay, I'm going to show you what really bothers me most. I hate when people build homes like this. Wow, that's very creative, building a box. Let me guess, you're going to put a front door here, and you're going to make large bedrooms this big, and line beds all along the walls for all your Sims, right? And then you're going to chuck a bathroom over in this corner. No thank you. Let's just Control-Z all of that. We're not going to be doing that. That's not this type of video. I really want to show you guys and introduce you into a method I like to call realistic house building, where you actually make houses that look normal. Wow, who would have thought? Okay, that was a bit rude. But anyway, I mean, you got a lovely lot here. Why not make a nice house, you know? Okay, so for this video, for the first tip, I'm going to be showing you how to make more realistic homes. First of all, you can start off with a box. Sure, that's fine. First box. Sounds lovely. There's a box. Now let's add something more interesting to the box that you've just created. Let's add one of these things. They're fun. Oop, my bad. Those are my favorite. And then you just hit Control, and then you can bulldoze that wall. And you have a nice little panel where you could line windows all along here. That's like my favorite thing to do. Anybody who's ever had a house built by me or seen a house I've built, that's my favorite thing to do. So there you go. That makes it a little bit more realistic. Another thing that can make it more realistic, why not just chuck a little indent right here? And then why not drag it along there? And then get rid of all this wall. And look. That looks like a more realistic house. It's not a box anymore. Because what I want you to do is look at your own house and think, does my house look like a box? Hopefully, no. I hope you're not living in a box. And if you are, I'm sorry that you don't live in a more creative home. Sorry if that was sorry if that was offensive. But anyway. So yeah. Here, look. Already looks more realistic. Another thing you could do to make a house look more realistic is you could add a little side panel on the end. So that's 2 boxes in. 2. Add one of those. And then delete the wall there. And you could put a little kitchen nook here. I don't know what kind of house you're building, but that will be for the next step, which I will show you right now. Okay, so step number 2 is to make the house that you're building suitable for the people you're building it for. It's a very common tip, and also one that a lot of people overlook. Like, the house that I'm building right now, I haven't thought about it at all. I'm not building it for any reason other than to show you guys how to make more realistic homes. But I need to create a storyline behind it. Why don't I pretend that I'm making a house for my Sim Amber's sister, Penelope, and her husband, and their 2 children. How many kids do they have? They have 2. Okay, for their 2 children. So now I have to make a home for 2 adults who will share 1 bedroom and 2 kids. Right now, I want you to take a moment and think about what the house you're building is for. Who's going to live there? Is it a 100 Baby Challenge house? Is it a legacy house? Is it a house for a single Sim who's looking for a husband or a wife? Think about that for a second. Write it down or just know it in your mind, because knowing that is one step closer to building a successful house. And as corny as that sounds, it's true. So once you've started thinking about that, you are going to move on to step 3. And step 3 is to make the house realistic inside. Not just a realistic house shape, but a realistic inside. So right now, for just 1 second, I'm going to add a second floor to this house. I'm going to add a second floor. Why don't I just do that? Make it a little creative. So now there's 2 floors to this house. That'll make it perfect for the family of 4 that I decided I'm building it for. And now you need to find a place to put the front door. Where are you going to put the front door? For me personally, I'm planning on lining this entire wall with windows. So I need to find a place for the front door around here. Let's chuck this one. I don't really like it, but whatever, it'll work. So if the front door is there, think about it. What do you want to walk into when you walk into a house? Think about your own personal house. Do you walk into the family room? Do you walk into a foyer? Do you walk into a laundry room? Do you walk into the kitchen? I've never seen that really, but the family room one and the foyer one are very realistic. In my house, I walk into, well, I have 2 doors. I have a single door and a double door. At the single door, I walk into a laundry room, and at the double door, I walk into a foyer. So why don't we create a foyer, because this seems like a pretty elegant house right by the beach. So foyer. A foyer is just a mini room used for coat racks, coffee tables, simple things. And a foyer, personally, I would make it either one of these, you know, the half wall thing, or I would make it like this. I think I'm going to make it like this. So it's just a little room that you walk into, and then we can chuck an archway right here so that your sim isn't always opening doors. Chuck an archway there. Okay, so that's your foyer. You can put really nice chandelier right here. You can put a nice wallpaper. And then really, the rest of the house is up to you. I mean, after that, after the foyer, where do you want to walk into? I mean, I already mentioned earlier that we could put the kitchen nook over here. I don't really know how I was planning on setting this up. It's kind of an odd house. Chuck a kitchen nook over here. Nope. Gotta go back one. So yes. Right there. This can be the kitchen. It's a weird kitchen, but it works. You can put a coffee table there. I can see it right now. We can put a family room back here. That attaches to a bathroom right here. Actually, no, that should be the stairwell. So then we can chuck the bathroom there. And then we can put the window area right here with a study maybe. And then all of this can be walking space. I don't really know what kind of house you want. So kitchen over here, family room, bathroom, sitting area, I don't really know, dining room, that could be a dining room, or dining room could be out here, and then upstairs, just chuck the bedrooms wherever you want. I'm going to do that right now, and then I'll come back in the video for the next tip. Tip number 4 is concerning the roof of the house, and by far, it is the most important step. Tip number 4 is, first of all, get rid of that nasty auto roof that your Sims 3 game is giving you. It may look fine, and it'll look especially fine to people who are too lazy or too confused to build their own roofs. But I'm telling you right now, building your own roof is life-changing. This is pretty shitty for lack of a better word. This is horrible. You don't want your roof looking like this because it's unrealistic. If you've ever seen a house that has a roof like this, that is this shitty, please send a picture of it to me because I'd love to see it. And I'm not expecting any pictures because they don't exist. So go into roof in your build mode, and you're going to remove all roofs. Then you're going to turn auto roof off so that it doesn't generate a new crappy roof for you. You don't want it. If you're scared of building roofs, it took me a really long time to figure out a pretty solid method to building them. Here is the biggest tip for you. Start out with the base. Don't worry about the weird little overhangs and things that you have. Start out with the base. Hipped roof, what does that look like? That is plenty fine. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the first little box you see, grab it on the corner here, and give yourself a nice hipped roof. Then go to the end of the other box. And just to let you know, did you notice how I made the top a box and the bottom more creative? Yeah, that's what you do. And then just chuck another one there. Look at that. Still looks pretty crappy though. So all you gotta do is you have to delete this one and make it so that it climbs up and joins the other one. That looks a lot more realistic, but it still looks too tall to be a normal roof. So all you gotta do is grab the roof section pitch control, shrink that roof down, make them blend again, and that actually looks pretty nice. I mean, some people might not like it because it's too boring, and in that case, you're a prick and you can find your own little roof and other video to watch. But if you're not an annoying person, then this will be mighty fine for you. And then all you're going to do in these little sections, I just totally pointed to my screen, but you can't see it. In these little sections where you have that, why don't you put a fancy little marble stone thing, something like this, and put it there. That looks lovely, and then you can go back and grab a fence. I'm getting kind of off topic of the tip of building a better roof, but I'm going to add the fences in, and then I will be right back for the next tip. So the second to last tip I'm going to be leaving you with is windows. Put interesting windows on your house. I already told you of my plans to put full wall of windows here, and not putting windows on the rest of the house in an orderly fashion is going to look stupid. So right now I present to you a sped up version of me adding windows to the house. Please enjoy.
My wingtips walks across naive wood floors, they creak innocently down the stairs. Drag melody, my percussive feet serve cobweb headaches as a matching set of marching clocks, the slumbering apparitions that they've come to wake up. Here I am composing a burlesque out of where they rest their necks, sunken in their splintered cradles and ramshackle heads. They ask for it. As a girl, you would have set your heart on haunting me forever. From the start, it's never silent. Ever since we met, I only shoot up with your perfume. It's the only thing that makes me feel as good as you do. Ever since we met, I've got just one regret to live through, and that one regret is you.